is up, guys? If you're new to this channel, make sure you check the link down below. It shows you an interactive map on all the places that I've made videos on so far. All you have to do is click on the link to the map, and then you can click on a pin which will take you to a link of said place. How's it going? It's Chris with Nostalgia Tours, and it's a little windy out here in north central Illinois today. But for this video, I am in Sycamore, Illinois, which is just northeast of DeKalb, and the two cities combined have about 60,000 people. So it's a decently populated area, and in this video I'm going to be driving in mad circles around the city of Sycamore, Illinois, and I'm going to be telling you more about it along the way. Well, let's get to it, shall we? I start the video on the far east side of town. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, as doing all of those things helps these videos destroy the monster that is the YouTube algorithm. Also, make sure to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I upload a new video of an area near you. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy checking out some of the featured playlists on this channel. Videos on other places like Sycamore can be found in my Chicago Suburbs playlist, my USA Small Cities playlist, or in my Illinois playlist. Last but not least, if you can't get enough of me on here, you can always go follow me on my other social media accounts, and those links are below. Sycamore is just northeast of the larger city, DeKalb. If you haven't seen my previously uploaded video of DeKalb and you're interested in the DeKalb and Sycamore area, make sure to check out that video. Sycamore is actually the county seat of DeKalb County, and it's a part of the Chicago metro area, despite being a 30-minute drive or so west from where the main Chicago suburbs end, such as Elgin, St. Charles, and Aurora. The first settlers in Sycamore arrived in 1835. By 1840, there was a dozen or so houses in town. Early on, it was decided that Sycamore was going to be the county seat of DeKalb County, and a courthouse was built here in 1889. Around 1903, the city of DeKalb tried to fight to be the county seat, but after some back and forth, Sycamore was able to retain being the county seat of DeKalb County. Despite DeKalb County as a whole and DeKalb City both estimated to have lost population since the 2010 census count, Sycamore is estimated to have slightly grown since then. Today, it's estimated that Sycamore is home to 18,300 residents, and the median household income is over $70,000 per year. The poverty rate is below average at 8%, and 39% of adults 25 and older hold a bachelor's degree or higher. With those stats, it appears that Sycamore benefits from the talent pool of nearby Northern Illinois University without seeing the high poverty rates that come with having a large college student population, so it seems as if there's not too many students living in Sycamore while commuting to Northern Illinois University. The median value of owner-occupied housing units is nearly $190,000, which is more than DeKalb City and the DeKalb County average. Niche.com gives the public schools in Sycamore a B+, so that's pretty good, and the crime rates in Sycamore are well below average. Much like the beginning parts of my DeKalb video, you can tell that there are several newer housing subdivisions within the city limits that resemble that of a soccer mom suburb. In the time period from 1960 to 2010, both Sycamore and DeKalb were growing towns, and DeKalb County was a growing county. Going back to the drone footage, you can see that here in Sycamore there's an entire subdivision waiting for houses to be built in it. It looks like a pretty large subdivision was planned here originally, however growth has occurred slower than expected upon planning the subdivision. Over time, these lots will probably get bought and houses will probably get built on them, but Google Street View from 2007 shows that this subdivision was planned over 10 years ago from the time of filming this video. Even with Sycamore being a growing town today, growth isn't near as explosive for Sycamore and DeKalb County as it was from 1960 to 2010. On this particular stretch of street, we briefly go through a section of the city with some older houses, not necessarily in bad shape, just older homes, before going right back to some newer cookie-cutter suburb-style housing. Currently, we're on the southern part of town, and next I head towards the high school. If you're one of those who only like to watch these videos to hear my beautiful voice and you're not interested in seeing the town at all, you can always check the timestamps down below where I list different parts of the video that might be interesting, and with all of the points that I list on the timestamps, they all happen to be times that I talk. You're welcome.
Rolling with the punches without something to believe in. Oh, I don't know, but I know it's worth the waiting. I'm learning the hard way. But I'll get there someday. I'm learning the hard way. But I'll get there someday. I've been through the paces, navigated mazes, looking for the answers. Can't seem to find the fast lane. I've made a lot of mistakes. When will I stop moving backwards? Oh, I don't know, but I know it's worth the waiting. I'm learning the hard way. But I'll get there someday. I'm learning the hard way. But I'll get there someday.
This is Sycamore High School, home of the Spartans. The school colors are black and gold. The most notable alumni of Sycamore High School by far and away seems to be Kansas City Chiefs linebacker Ben Neiman, who won a Super Bowl with the team in early 2020 and played college football at Iowa.
I'll be waiting right
Next, it's time to talk about one of Sycamore's deep dark secrets. However, in the world of true crime, this case is a popular one and is hardly a secret. In December of 1957, a young girl named Maria Ridulph was last seen playing at the corner of Center Cross and Archie. A young man who was 24 years old, who called himself Johnny, approached Maria and her friend, and we'll get to those cross streets pretty soon. After a while, Maria's friend went inside to get her mittens as it was snowing, and when she came back, Maria and Johnny had disappeared. After being unable to find Maria, the police were called. The FBI soon got involved after a few days passed by. Current president at the time, Dwight D. Eisenhower, got involved after national news coverage on the case went through. After several months passed by, on April 26, 1958, two individuals were mushroom hunting in some woods 23 miles east of Galena, Illinois, off of U.S. 20, and found the remains of a small child who was later identified to be Maria Ridulph. Skipping ahead 40 years to 1994, the main suspect was believed to be one of Ridulph's neighbors at the time, John Tessier, who later changed his name to Jack Daniel Micolo. Micolo's mother was on her deathbed in 94, and while she was laying in the hospital, she had told John's half-sister Janet that John is the one who was responsible for Maria's death. Janet released the information in 2008, and in 2011, Micolo was living in Seattle, and both the Seattle Police Department and the Illinois State Police called Micolo in for questioning. They made the decision to arrest Micolo for the murder and kidnapping of Maria Ridulph during the process, and the 54-year-old case at the time made U.S. history as the longest-standing cold case to end in a conviction. In 2015, however, evidence came through that proved that Micolo was actually in downtown Rockford on the night of Ridulph's disappearance, meaning that he couldn't have possibly been the one to murder and kidnap Ridulph, and in April of 2017, Micolo was ruled innocent. In the summer of 2020, the now 78-year-old Micolo won a $300,000 settlement paid by the Seattle Police Department on the wrongful conviction of murder. And if you want to know any more on the matter, I encourage you to do your own internet search, as there have been several documentaries produced on the story with people in them that have spent years on investigating the incident, whereas I only spent an hour or two during a quiet afternoon while looking into it. Another thing of note that occurred near Sycamore was an earthquake. On the morning of February 10, 2010, a 3.8 magnitude earthquake struck nearby, with its epicenter between Sycamore and a smaller town called Virgil to the east. People reportedly felt the shakes from the earthquake as far south as Georgia, as far east as Michigan, and as far west as Iowa. Fortunately, no major damage was reported other than the occasional damage here and there to individual residential houses throughout north-central Illinois and the Chicago area. Since the Midwestern U.S. doesn't experience many earthquakes outside of New Madrid, Missouri, anytime a quake occurs in these parts of the country of any kind of scale to where you can easily feel the ground shake, it's quite the memorable event, unlike if it were in California, where a 3.8 scale quake would be laughed at by local tough guys and girls. Going back to what I said about New Madrid, Missouri, that's actually a place that I've been to and have made a video on, and if you're interested in checking that place out, go ahead and check out the link that I provided towards that video. These two buildings provide for an interesting streetscape, as to the right is the Sycamore Public Library and to the left is the DeKalb County Courthouse. The street that I'm on currently runs one block north parallel to the main east and west street through town called State Street. To the right is the State Theater, which opened in 1925. Over the years, it's been in and out of use. Currently, it's used as a small movie theater and has 3 screens. Directly across the street from the theater is the Midwest Museum of Natural History, so that's cool, I guess. Overall, I thought that downtown Sycamore looked pretty nice, as mostly all of the storefronts appeared to be occupied with small businesses. Another thing about Sycamore includes the annual Sycamore Pumpkin Festival, which was established in 1962 and still runs today in non-pandemic years. It's just another one of those quirky small-town things. And to the left here is Sycamore Middle School. This neighborhood is a lot like the residential subdivisions that you saw in the beginning parts of this video. In the end, Sycamore is a nice little place. It's not terribly small, but it's not that big either. Sycamore along with DeKalb are kind of like its own little urban area, but you can certainly tell the differences between the two while going through both. Sycamore has more of a small town feel, while DeKalb has a large university, and the city is about double the size of Sycamore. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, as doing all of those things helps these videos destroy the monster that is the YouTube algorithm. Also make sure to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I upload a new video of an area near you. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy checking out some of the featured playlists on this channel. Videos on other places like Sycamore can be found in my Illinois playlist, my Chicago Suburbs playlist, or in my USA Small Cities playlist. Last but not least, if you can't get enough of me on here, you can always go follow me on my other social media accounts, and those links are below. We'll see you next time. Peace!